Hey guys, MOZ Project here. A couple disclaimers for this video before we begin. I'm gonna try avoiding talking about some of the obvious things like, oh, invisible zombies and dying inside of vehicles. There was also a lot of funky stuff from release that got fixed back in the November 2015 update, and most of that was addressed in an older video of mine, so I'm not gonna repeat anything from that video either. Instead, I'll focus on stuff that was in the game for only a couple of weeks, or in some cases, just a few days. Let's begin. First up, we got the OP Night Fury, a short-lived beast which lasted only a week, and never got weaker as the rounds progressed. To demonstrate the absurd nature of this upgrade, let's examine some stats. Let's pull an arbitrary round out of our asses, like round 164, which is the final round of Chinatown third time around. Now it's important to remember that there were three versions of the Night Fury throughout the life cycle of the game. There was the Night Fury 1.0, which lasted from release back in November 2015 all the way through July 13, 2016, which would take 37 bullets to kill one zombie on round 164 specifically. Quite a lot of bullets. Now let's jump straight to Night Fury 3.0, which is the version from July 20th, 2016 through present day, which is a lot better than the original version, as it takes 22 bullets to kill a zombie on that round. You might notice there's a gap between July 13th and July 20th, 2016 on this chart. Now that's for Night Fury 2.0. Wanna guess how many bullets it took to kill a zombie on round 164? 3. 12 times stronger than the original version on this round. And the thing is, it would take 3 bullets to kill a normal zombie type on any other round after this as well. Dark Assassin, are you gonna make your boy Rambo proud?
Hit the pole immediately. Dark Assassin, hit the pole. Up here.
What?
Hit a pole, hit a pole. Oh, too late. No, not now, not now.
Number 2, we have the 100 million score cap. I guess this was in the game since release, though it took players a few months until they were able to get such a high score. I reckon it first affected a solo player on the PS4 who ended up dying on like round 184 or something, because allegedly he wasn't able to earn any lives after hitting the 100 million score cap. I ended up playing a world record co-op game soon afterward with QP Derek and Bluntman in March 2016, where we ended up suiciding on 171, and some people always thought we suicided because of the score cap. Sorry to break it to you, but I was aware of the score cap going into the game. We were gonna suicide in any case. I was just trying to get 100 million as fast as possible, dropping bombs and stuff like that, just to see if it would happen to me too, and also to have 100 million on the score leaderboard as well. Now I'm not quite sure why there was a score cap to begin with, since players on DOA 1 were able to reach 100 million, but whatever. This was ultimately patched on March 21st, 2016. Number 3, saw blades with most life donation rewards, which don't give you points. So for a few weeks in March 2016, you would have saw blades accompany some of the life donation rewards. Another weird thing related to the saw blades, and I believe it was an issue from release but I guess nobody realized, was that saw blades would not award you any kills and thus no points either. Despite this bug, the saw blade was still useful as it kept you safe for a while, especially if you had the fortitude upgrade. The life donation rewards went through quite a few changes since release. Originally there were some really bad rewards like chickens and monkey bombs. This was aggravating for co-op since boosting was always an inevitability, and would become so quicker than nowadays. People would always be stealing lives by Coliseum second time around. In reality, most players were siphoning lives well before that.
Coliseum? No. Shadow? No. Dirt Nap? Maybe.
So eventually the life rewards were buffed a bit, and then buffed even more with the saw blade for some reason. And when you combine this with other buffs and bug fixes in the game, boosting became really easy. So what happens after this? You add back the once bad life donation rewards to make it more balanced. It sort of reminds me of that one silly meme. Upgrade the life donation rewards. No shit, never mind, go back. But anyways, as mentioned earlier, there's a brief period where you could get the saw blades with most rewards. This didn't include the GI unit, skeleton, army, tank, or chopper though it did apply to all the other rewards. And then some donation rewards were even combined together. Like, take a look at this. He steals my life, I get a free life as a reward, okay. And then also 1, no 2, 3, no, 4 saw blades. And some boxing gloves for good measure. Number 4, Red Lunatic Zombies. Sometime in mid to late February 2016, or so I think, there was some sort of hot patch that added yet another anti-kiting mechanism. In case you don't know, some players in DOA 1 and even DOA 2 early on would run zombies around without shooting their weapons. And with some good pole setups and whatnot, they would be able to complete the round without much issue since the rounds are time-based. So there was anti-kiting logic implemented as early as November 2015, which was a little silly as zombies would randomly run away from you and disrupt your training, even if you were constantly shooting and trying your best to play normally. That was eventually rid of, and there was another system in place which required you to kill a certain percentage of zombies or something like that. But that ended up screwing up the Meatball Soup Challenge round or something like that, and it would be ridiculously long. I don't know, I never got to play that version of the game since PS4 got the update a whole week before Xbox in February. Like, why was that a thing? Update exclusivity? Anyways, flash forward to sometime later in February. Again, I don't know the exact date. This feature I'm going to talk about only lasted a couple days, and honestly, I've spent hours over the past few months trying to find gameplay of this issue, if only for my own curiosity. And I'm convinced that the DOA Cafe has erased any gameplay of it from the DOA data vault. So let me try to explain it without a visual aid. Basically, zombies that were on the map for a certain length of time would abruptly get a red aura around them, similarly to the coat of arms zombies, and they would run super fast towards you like a psychomaniacal recluse with no regard for human life, right? There's probably gameplay of this somewhere. Again, knowing the exact date would probably help you find it. I remember recording a game clip on Xbox of me on the Coliseum Arena, just playing like usual, on my way to hit a nano gap, and then some lump of shit zombie turns red and dashes for the nano gap and closes the opening without warning. That clip ended up disappearing randomly, only further solidifying my argument about the DUA Cafe and their shady ways. I'm willing to bet that no successful high round games took place during that time interval in which this feature was live, because it was happening as early as the Dirt Nap Arena. I could only imagine the later rounds. This red zombie idea was later reworked into the coat of arms item pickup, which was added on March 1st, 2016. Number 5, Shadow Boogie health and challenge round spawn rate. So the invisible zombies issue was obviously something that plagued the game for the first few months, and it wasn't until a bit later that some people realized that the invisible zombies were actually the result of Shadow Boogie's hidden poles and not respawning properly, blah 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 blah. Anyways, in an attempt to fix this in March 2016, there was an unintentional adverse effect on these zombie types. Firstly, the round 17 challenge round had a ridiculously high number of Shadow Boogie zombies that would spawn in the map at once. I mean, there was no surviving it without dropping 100 bombs.
What is this?
Anyway, that's a one round thing, not a big deal. Another issue that existed was that the shadow zombies suddenly had more health, and you couldn't expect to mow through them with your gun when they spawned in. In addition to this, the shadow zombies would sometimes still be going through their spawning animations even after a game says you completed a certain round. So this was fixed sometime in March 2016.
There's bats everywhere. Ah! I died by nothing.
Again, some of these data provided are approximations. It's difficult to tell in some cases since it's not really documented. And finding gameplay of some of this stuff is near impossible. So, yeah. I guess that ends the video.